All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about CleanSpark Inc., stock ticker CLSK. They are a Bitcoin mining company. They put out a press release yesterday. I want to go through that press release, but I also want to do a much deeper dive on CleanSpark and talk about what they did the entire year of 2022. They had some major changes throughout the year, and I want to talk about where that puts them from a ranking standpoint on my list of Bitcoin miners. So if you're new to the channel or you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, if you could smash the like button, it would help us out a lot, and I appreciate it. Everybody's been doing that, and it's been a big help, so thank you very much. Lastly, if you want to, you can join the channel and become a member by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. It's right next to the subscribe button. Members get some members-only content. We do a once-a-week members-only live stream, and on that live stream, the members get to pick a stock for me to do a deep dive on. So it's a lot of fun. We hope you join us. Let's talk about CleanSpark. Okay, first I want to take a look at where CleanSpark is. We're in the middle of the trading day today. It is a down day across the board. It is a red day in the equity markets. It is a red day in the cryptocurrency markets, and so with the combination of those two things, most of the Bitcoin miners are red today. So CleanSpark is no different. They're down to $1.93, and this is in the middle of the day, so I don't know where they'll end the day at, and that's down 7.6% so far. That leaves them with a $138 million market cap. So I always like to start here. They've got a $138 million market cap, and I'd like to see where they've been in the past. This is CleanSpark's market cap over the last 2 years. So it's also worth noting that essentially they just started mining Bitcoin approximately 2 years ago. So this chart is simultaneous with when they basically switched gears from a microgrid electric company to a Bitcoin mining company. So on January 4th, 2021, this was over a $1 billion company. So things were a little elevated back then. So I always like to take a look here in November of 2021. This is when Bitcoin hit its all-time high. So at that time, CleanSpark was an $860 million market cap company, and we can see now they're down to a $138 million market cap company. I have done an analysis on that I want to share later in the video, so stay tuned for that because I do an analysis of their stock versus their computing capacity versus their share price. So I think that's an interesting one. Okay, let's talk about the press release they put out yesterday. CleanSpark surpasses revised year-end hash rate of 6 exahash per second. So CleanSpark revised their estimate for the year 2022 several times, 3 that I could find, and their final estimate was 6 exahash by the end of the year. So as of December 21st, they have reached that goal. So as a percentage, I believe that they increased more than any other Bitcoin mining company that's publicly traded in North America. So I have about 18 on my list that I compare. So CleanSpark is the fastest growing company as a percentage out of all 18 of those companies. Unfortunately, some of those companies had tough years. Some of them are actually smaller than they were at the beginning of the year. In this instance, you're going to see CleanSpark is up as a percent drastically. And in actual exahash, they've added over 4 exahash in the year 2022. CleanSpark today announced its Bitcoin mining hash rate has reached 6 exahash, a 3-fold increase in just 1 year. CleanSpark owns and operates 4 Bitcoin mining campuses in the state of Georgia, operating a fleet of approximately 62,000 Bitcoin miners. So I want to go through a little bit of history in the year 2022, and I'm going to quickly go through this because it really puts in perspective just how much they've grown and just how fast they've grown. Okay, so this was January 6th, 2022. So December operational report, and in this they say currently deployed fleet of over 18,800 latest generation Bitcoin miners with a total hash rate of 1.9 exahash. So they came into the year of 2022 at 1.9 exahash. They are now leaving the year, and actually they have another 10 days, so we'll see what they do, but at least 6.0 exahash, if not more. Okay, so fast forward a few weeks to January 24th, CleanSpark achieves major milestone at 2 exahash per second. So that was in late January. Now if I go all the way to August 30th, so for the first half of the year, there was not a lot of growth as far as exahash goes. So on August 30th, we see CleanSpark's hash rate exceeds 3 exahash following summer of acquisitions. So they did make an awful lot of moves over the summer, and these things started to pay off. In August 30th, you'll see that they had machines up and running at 3 exahash. So fast forward to September 27th. This is only 1 month later. CleanSpark exceeds exahash guidance with over 4 exahash of low carbon network strength. So you can see as the year's progressing, this is going faster and faster. Okay, fast forward to just 1 month later. CleanSpark exceeds 2022 guidance 2 months early, achieving 5 exahash, raises year-end hash rate guidance by 10%. With the press release that we just read, they exceeded that as well. So in the middle, they raised it from 5.5 to 6 exahash, and they've already reached that. So it's likely they will be higher than that by the end of the year. So this was October 25th. So it's now about 2 months later. CleanSpark surpasses revised year-end hash rate of 6 exahash per second. This gets us all the way back to where we started. This is the press release they just put out yesterday. So you can see this company has grown massively. While they have tripled their exahash, the price of their stock has crashed. Now, to be fair, all the Bitcoin mining stocks have crashed in the year 2022. They're all down somewhere around the magnitude of 90% from their highs from last November of 2021. So CleanSpark is no different, so they fall within the range of their competitors. However, unlike their competitors, they have tripled in size in the last year. Okay, so I just want to go to a chart I made, and I'm going to walk you through this so that it's not confusing. This section has to do with the amount of stock that they issued in 2022. So they started their year off with just over 41 million shares. So this is one of the lowest share counts of any of the publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies. You'll see in their September 30th, 2022, and that's their fiscal year end, they were up to 55.6 million shares. But to get all the way up to date, I'm saying December 21st, but actually this was a report that came out on December 12th that they filed with the SEC. They were then up to 71 million shares. So that means they issued 29.8 million, almost 30 million shares of stock in the year 2022. So that is a lot of stock. You'll see that is an increase of 72% in their outstanding shares of stock. So that is noteworthy. So obviously that is going to have an effect on their share price. But what did they get for that? So the next section I want to look at is what we just talked about, and we just walked through and looked at the press releases. On December 31st, 2021, they had 1.9 exahash of computing power mining Bitcoin. So by December 21st, they were up to 6.0 exahash. So that is a 216% increase. In raw exahash, that's an increase of 4.1 exahash in the year 2022. So by just diluting their equity by 72%, and I do understand that is a lot, they were able to triple the size of their business. Also, what this helped them to do was avoid debt, and debt in the year 2022 has been deadly for Bitcoin miners. There are several Bitcoin miners that have had to give back a lot, if not all of their machines, restructure and or file for bankruptcy over the last 90 days. And every single one of those has the same thing in common. They all took out debt instead of equity or spending their Bitcoin. So meanwhile, CleanSpark did go a different way. They sold the Bitcoin. So I am one of the people who is in favor of this philosophy. I think that some dilution, especially when they only had 41 million shares to begin with. This is still a very low share count. Lastly, let's look at what happened to their stock in that period of time. So I went back to November 8th. That is when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, and that is when CleanSpark hit a local high. By no means its all-time high. You should know that this stock was trading as high as $40 earlier in the year 2021. But I'm just going to go from the $9.52 that they were trading at November 8th, 2021. So that's about 13 months ago. So from there, they went from $9.52. They're trading now intraday today at $1.95. That is a 80% reduction in the price of their stock in that period of time. This company has diluted their stock 72%, but they have tripled the size of their company, and their stock is actually down as a result 80%. So to me, these numbers don't make sense. I believe this company is very oversold. So obviously this is not financial advice. I'm giving you guys the information and you can decide what you think this means, but this is what they did in the year 2022. So if we just go to their chart, this is on the 1-day time frame. So if we go from August 15th, which was about 4 months ago, that is when Bitcoin hit a local high. It had a nice relief rally up to $25,000. So we're a little under $17,000 right now. So we've fallen off of that. In that same time, CleanSpark's stock is down 72%, and that is just since August. So if we look back at this press release, on August 30th, they got to 3.0 exahash. So since they got from 3.0 exahash to 6.0 exahash, so that's a double, their stock is down 72%. So again, to me, I feel like this is out of whack. That's just my personal opinion. So you guys, please, this is not financial advice. You can see CleanSpark is a very volatile stock. All the Bitcoin mining stocks are extremely volatile. volatile, so be very careful trading these. That's kind of my summary of what CleanSpark did in the year 2022. I think they had a fantastic year. I think operationally, in November, they mined the second most Bitcoin out of all the Bitcoin mining companies that are publicly traded. So I think they had a very strong year operationally. I think they improved their business a lot. Obviously, their stock has absolutely gotten crushed. So we'll have to wait and see what their production was in December. So for now, that's all I got for you on CleanSpark. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested, you can join and become a member. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.